Okay, question 5, they want us to look at genotypes for a number of individuals. We already know something about this question. We know that to have a capital O, doesn't matter what the other allele is, that's going to be O pale because it's dominant. We're using letters because we determined it to be autosomal and not sex-linked. And to be normal, 2 little O's for normal. So when we see anybody that's not affected in any of these, wow, we can just fill those in like crazy, right? So put a lot of those in there. And those guys are pretty easy to determine. And then systematically we go through these other ones here to see if they are homo for O pale or hetero for O pale. So this particular one we said was capital O because they had a child that had a that was normal, unaffected. That means there has to be 2 little recessive normal alleles. That means that this parent must be hetero. So we know what that one is. Okay, and then if we keep following along, we can see the same thing. We know that this individual, is a capital because they're affected, but they must be small little o because their mom up here could only contribute a normal allele to them. And same with this parent or this child as well. That's all she can donate to them. Has to have a big O because they are affected. This individual here, capital O, again, must be a small little o. Why? Because they had a kid here that was unaffected. So they must have had a recessive normal allele to have to contribute to have an offspring that's not affected here. Okay, and systematically we can keep going through all of these here. I know we only have to do a few, but I might as well do them all, or most of them anyway. So this individual, individuals 3, 6 is a capital O because they're affected. But if you take a look, they had an offspring that was normal. So they must be carrying a recessive O. All these children down here have to be heterozygous. They all have a big O because they have O pale, but their mom is normal here. So all she could have contributed in her egg was a normal recessive little o allele. And we can just systematically keep going through all of these here. Same with this one, right? Because they had a recessive, and their mom, or their father was recessive normal. Same with this one here, capital O, little o, because again, mom can only contribute a recessive little o here. All of these guys are heteros, right? Because if you look at all their parents, they had one parent that was normal in both those cases. And I think we've done them just about all. I won't fill in all of these because we've already determined all the genotypes for this particular pedigree. But that's basically how you go through it. Any issues, just give me an email. Thank you.